All right. Hi, my name's Brooke. I'm facilitating this portion of the project. It is the goal setting phase. The topic we're doing is the supporting kids or supporting the parents of kids with neurodivergence. And then Vance is going to be my individual that will be disruptive. All right. So. Hi, my name's Brooke. I'm going to be the facilitator for this group session. I just wanted to quickly start out with going over the purpose of this group, which is to overall create a safe space and provide support to the parents with kids that have the neurodivergence. So, for everyone who's here today. Because, like I said, this is a safe space, I would like to bring up our standards we have set concerning confidentiality. So anything you do decide to bring up or share, it will not leave this room. So I just want you to feel completely open and comfortable to sharing whatever may be on your mind, whatever you're open to discussing, wanting advice on, maybe trying to give other people advice. Um, and not be fear of it getting out or leaving this place. So I do encourage you to participate in this group and discussions and to speak freely because that's how this group will work. We all need to discuss, talk. That's how we will, work through this group. So, um, yeah, Denny, you guys want to go ahead and just introduce yourselves? I can start. My name's Brooke. I am a 33-year-old divorced mom. I have three children. One of them is autistic. Um, I am recently divorced, but yes, I do have one autistic child, so hopefully I can help relate with you guys as well.
So I'm Michaela, and I've been attending the group for a while now. I have a 4-year-old son who's on the autistic spectrum. He was just recently diagnosed, and I was just referred to the group, and it's been so far a pretty good resource, and I'm excited to be here today.
That's nice to hear. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Vance. I have a 10-year-old daughter with Down syndrome. I'm currently married to my wife who's pregnant with a second child. I have a really supportive relationship with my wife, really supportive relationship with family. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the new family member coming soon. It's very nice to meet you all, and I'm very happy you all are here today. It's very important that you're here, and it's something you guys should be proud of. So the meeting, the purpose behind this meeting is to just we're going to be setting some goals for ourselves. And in order to do so in this meeting, I think it's important to maybe identify some areas that you may feel or that you think you might want to improve on. So with that, I would like to start off with maybe opening the floor to discuss some areas you recognize in your life that you're struggling.
So I definitely kind of struggle with parenting skills in this aspect. I just would like to be a more positive, proactive parent when dealing with autistic behaviors and just kind of learning how to slow down and give myself a little bit of grace. So I would probably say that my main goal is developing better parenting skills. And a secondary goal would be to become a little more self-compassionate because this has been a very difficult journey for me. And I know lots of other parents say that it's been very difficult for them too. So I would just like to show myself a little bit of grace on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and there's tons of ups and downs, tons of um, uh, all of a sudden obstacles that come in the way whenever it comes to parenting, especially with kids with with neurodivergence. So I think that's absolutely a great place to start. So what about you, Vance?
I mean, I would agree with the parenting skills, especially since I already have a daughter with neurodivergence, and now I have a second child on the way, and it's kind of just brought into mind like what can I do to sort of help both myself and my wife deal with having another child while also having a child with special needs because I feel like I had an epiphany the other day like I feel like when the baby's here, like I won't be able to all of a sudden I feel like I feel like I don't have the skills that I need to be able to handle all of that. Like I feel like I can't get anything else done. Like, I was mowing the lawn the other day and I feel like I can't handle. Where am I going with this? I can't.
I think it's really hard to multitask with multiple
Yes.
children, like
Yes, absolutely.
mowing the lawn and having a child you're already taking care of, and your wife in a few months' time, your wife's going to be handling a newborn baby, which takes so much time. So I can definitely understand how hard it is to multitask. Even though I don't have multiple children myself, I can definitely see that.
No, absolutely. There's a lot of multitasking involved, especially with multiple children. With neurodivergence, there's tons of extra responsibilities and everything that play into it. So going back to setting the goals, hearing all these struggles that you guys are facing, Michaela, you think it's, the parenting skills, learning, establishing those. Um, what are some ways you guys think that you can work towards, achieving these things and improving in these areas?
I kind of think that having some extra resources on what possible parenting skills are out there and like knowing how to implement them, and also having some like I said about my second goal about having some grace for myself, like what kind of practices could I possibly implement to change that way of thinking. And I'm not sure what those resources might be, but I'm hoping that somebody in the group will be able to help with that.
Absolutely. And we have a various amount of resources here available for you that I would be more than happy to discuss after this meeting is over to provide you with, to connect you with these things to help establish some skills in that area. So afterwards, we can most definitely go over some of those and I can connect you with some resources.
So I kind of took the spotlight from you, Vance. What do you think about like how to implement or what kind of stuff to do for like your goals?
I mean, maybe a big one too would be, it applies to this, but it applies to other parts of life as well. Maybe ways that we could try and manage stress, because I feel like when we were talking about multitasking, you have all this stress on your shoulders, especially with if you have multiple children. And with, the stress on your shoulders, it feels like everything just kind of builds up and feels like it's more stressful than it is because everything's just kind of compounded. It got compounded to the point where the other night I was trying to clean and I was so stressed out I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I just I don't know what happened. I think I tripped, whatever. It doesn't really matter what happened. But I completely just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing because I was thinking about what to do whenever the baby gets here. And I knocked over a table and completely smashed my wife's mom's face that she made like 30 years ago.
Oh, where
And
did race come
she got
from?
that it she got that she got that vase from her mom like years ago, and I just totally smashed it. And her mom put so much work into that, so now I'm
Man, yeah, that's totally awful. I mean, I could never imagine, and those are very, very good examples of how much, stress is being added on, especially with all these extra responsibilities. I mean, that just goes to show all of this stuff. It just adds and piles on, and so many things happen, and they affect us. Even the little things seem to affect us so much more, with all this added stress. So, Vance, that was some really good examples. Um, but like circling back to the goal setting, I think that the goals you guys have planned for yourself to work towards, I think those are a perfect place to start. Um, so thank you all for sharing that and feeling open enough, to be able to share that. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
So I'm curious, like, because you've have so much experience like facilitating these groups and talking to all of these people, what kind of like skill building exercises or self-compassion exercises, I guess. I don't know what I would call that. What
Yeah.
kind of stuff do you think that you could help implement to the group?
Yeah, so the group we have several things in place to kind of help with several things. So we have a few resources. One of them is um, being able to connect you with some ways that you can connect with your kids that may, be not as much of an added stress. Because, like, you guys were saying, there's some scenarios where things get stressful out of hand. There's scenarios that happen that you don't exactly expect. So one thing we offer here, there's a sensory room for the children. It kind of shows you some different examples and different things you can implement in your life to help maybe connect with your kids and different things that might, calm them down or things that please them, make them happy. Just some different options you can try and use, see how well that works. If it doesn't, move on to the next. That's just one example of the many. And then, like I said, there's plenty of other resources that we can connect you with afterwards. If you're interested in them, we can absolutely dive into them.
Great. I'm super excited to take advantage of that sensory room at the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Vance, did you have anything that you'd like to have or any questions like that?
I don't think so. I think those are all I really good ideas. I think I will probably meet with you afterwards as far as resources go.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I want to thank you all for being present in this meeting. Like I stated before, it is so important that you're here today, and you guys should be proud of being open and discussing things in your personal life and trying to work towards growth. I do look forward to going over these goals in the next few weeks to see all the progression that you guys have made towards them.
Great. Thanks. I'll see you next
Yeah.
time.
See ya.